In Pakistan's repair industry, the competition has reached a fever pitch. Even the veteran workshops are now moving into specialized piston manufacturing. Forget buying from a catalog, even the smallest roadside stalls are now pivoting to in-house manufacturing. In this neighborhood, if you aren't slogging, you're sinking. The process begins with street-grade feedstock, a mountain of scrap aluminum. This isn't your soda can variety. We're talking old engine blocks and transmission cases. These chunks are tossed into a high-heat furnace until they transform into a shimmering liquid. To reach the sweet spot for pouring, the melt is cranked up to approximately 1470 degrees Fahrenheit. As the slag, the oxidized junk on top, is skimmed off, Uncle prepares the mold. He pours the liquid silver with the steadiness of a man who hasn't had a day off since the 90s. As he stabs the molten metal with a rod to release trapped gases, it's called degassing. The tension in the Middle East is so high that even a stray missile heading toward Tel Aviv pauses mid-air, hovers over the shop and thinks, "Forget the target. I need to see if this old man actually hits his tolerances." After a few minutes, the casting solidifies. It's yanked out and dunked into water. This is the quench. While it hardens the metal, it's a risky move that would make a Toyota engineer faint from stress. Now, the puck meets the lathe. Uncle clamps the piece for alignment. He starts with the piston skirt, the internal cavity. Using a lathe cutting tools, he carves out the interior to save weight and allow for the connecting rod's swing. As he nears the final tolerance, he uses precision gauges to verify every dimension. After passing inspection, the piston is flipped to machine the crown. That bowl-shaped recess you see being carved into the head isn't just for looks, it's the signature combustion chamber of a direct injection diesel engine. Only diesel pistons feature this specific geometry. The shape creates swirl and tumble for the air-fuel mixture, ensuring a clean burn without a spark plug. Next is the exterior. Here's the kicker. Pistons aren't perfectly round. They are cam ground. Because the area around the wrist pin is thicker, it expands more when it hits 400 degrees Fahrenheit during combustion. Uncle machines it slightly oval-shaped so that when the engine is running hot, the piston expands into a perfect circle. If he gets this wrong, the engine seizes in 5 minutes. Finally, the ring grooves. He cuts 2 compression rings to seal the explosion, and 1 oil control ring. Each groove is cut with extreme precision to ensure a perfect seal. But we're not done yet. The wrist pin bore must be machined to a perfect press fit. Even without a dedicated horizontal boring mill, Uncle finishes this using his lathe expertise. The final touch happens at the drill press. The tiny holes he drills into the bottom groove are oil return ports. Without these, oil would stay on the cylinder walls, get burned, and turn the truck into a mobile smoke machine. And this is it. From a pile of scrap to a high-compression diesel component, all via a manual lathe and a lot of grit. It's not ISO 9001 certified, but in the heart of Pakistan, Uncle certified is all you need to get back on the road.